Welcome to Trust Leaks, the show that uncovers the hidden cracks quietly costing you clients, credibility, and cash. I'm your host, Sandra Martini, business strategist and creator of both Extreme Client Care and the Get It Done Right community. Each week, we're going to shine a light on the small, often invisible mistakes that erode trust. Trust with your prospects, trust with your clients, trust with those that you don't even know are your prospects yet. And I'll share practical fixes you can implement right away to build stronger relationships, keep clients longer, and grow with integrity. It's time to seal the links and build unshakable trust. If I could just get more leads, fix my offer, have more conversions, make more sales, raise my prices, then everything would work and I would be golden. No, not so much. Today in episode 1, we're going to be talking about a trust leak that's killing your lead conversion. Now, what many business owners don't realize is it's not a case of doing more, adding more, spending more. Those things can come down the line. First, we need to make sure that what you have in place is working. And it's working what I call even on your worst day. So it's easy for everything to work right, to work well when things are just humming along and beautiful and the sun is shining. But what about when things aren't? You want to ensure that if someone comes to your website, your email inbox, your phone, however it is that you ask leads to reach out to you, your social media profiles, you want to make sure that they're taken care of, whatever that means for your business. So here's an example. Um, Earlier this summer, I read a newspaper article, actual, paper copy. I read a newspaper article about a new local business that was exactly a service that I wanted. I didn't even know it was offered locally. Very excited. I reached out via email as instructed, didn't hear anything. A few days later, reached out again, figuring they were overwhelmed with the newspaper article. Nothing. About 12 days later, and I want to say 3 follow-ups, I heard back. The business owner had been out of town. Totally acceptable. Those things happen. Vacations are good. However, I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. For me, it was taking an email, sending it, very interested and exciting, and throwing it into this black hole with nothing coming back. Now, that immediately made me go, is this real? Is this true? It was in a paper, an actual paper. And I stress that because something that's tangible, like a printed newspaper, has a little bit more perceived instant credibility than something online, which can be tossed up in 3 seconds, not proofed by anybody, and we all know all the spam. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? And so they let me know that they had been out of town. And my first thought was, why not use an autoresponder? Why not? And an autoresponder is simple. Someone sends you an email, your system, Gmail in this case, sends an email back saying, we're out of town, we'll be back on this date. Or if you don't want people to know you're out of town, make it even simpler. We're focused on a big project right now. We're going to have a delay in responding to emails. We'll be responding on this day. Great. Now expectation is set. Happy or not, expectation is set. Much better than the black hole. Now, that simple little shift would have meant a huge difference in my perception. As it turns out, um, I hired the company. We talked, we met, loved the company. We hired, and we have a great working relationship. And it almost wasn't because of the simple thing of the email black hole. So, do you have an email black hole? If someone goes to your website or reaches out however you've requested, are you responding? Are you responding timely? And if you can't, that's okay, but set that expectation. For example, as I'm recording this, my team and I are doing a couple of all-day strategy sessions. And I have, and my whole team has, an autoresponder that lets people know, hey, we're in a strategy session. We'll be getting back to you on this date. Okay, that way they know. What else can you do? The black hole email that I just shared, is one example. Other examples, slow or generic confirmation emails. Maybe you're a little hesitant with text, so you haven't set it up to have some things go out automatically. And so you're trying to respond individually and you get behind. Or you're just not sure. Or, and this happens all the time, your system, your CRM, customer relationship management, or email service provider, they've done an upgrade, an update. And not all updates are good, but they've done an update and it broke something on the back end and you don't know about it. But the people that are trying to download your opt-in, reach out, they know about it, they feel it, and they go away. There are way too many other options out there today for them to deal with one that's not working before they've even had a chance to get to know you. Maybe they opt in. That works beautifully. And you send a checklist, a free report, an assessment, and there's a broken link. Okay, again, trust erosion. And now these are little annoyances to them consciously. Subconsciously, it's another little check in the I don't think I can trust this company. They haven't earned my trust yet. If they can't get this right, how can I expect them to help me with X, whatever X is that you do? Maybe your tone in the emails, especially if you're using AI these days, maybe the tone doesn't match your tone. So you're out on social media, you're doing your thing, and you have a vision, you create a vision of who you are. Just your personal branding, even without realizing it, just by the words that we use, the way that we speak. And then you have an automatic sequence email go out that's more robotic or more formal or more casual. Whatever it is, it's not you. Okay. Again, not sure if I should trust you. And then, and this is one of my huge pet peeves with businesses, and more often than not, smaller businesses. I'll be interested in Y from their website and I'll request it. And then I'll get X. So while I think I'm getting a report on this, I get a report on that, along with a gazillion sales emails, a text asking me for a discovery call, and then try to sell me on this thing over here when I'm looking for a simple free list about this. Um, no, no. Little things like this. Think of where things are disconnected. When I started my business, which was now over 20 years ago, what I used to do is I would ask my mother to test things and not tell me when she was doing them. So I would put up a new opt-in or free goodie on my website and say, "Hey mom, when you get a chance, can you go to my website and sign up for that thing?" And then mom would come back either happy or frustrated. And the reason I chose my mom is because she was computer literate, but nowhere, not a hacker, not super playing with all the stuff. So she knew one of two things. It worked, it didn't work. And what didn't work, she would tell me. And a simple example of a didn't work in a case like that, mom signs up for the goodie, name, email address, clicks, yay, send me my goodie. And then the page just kind of refreshes itself. Did it work? She doesn't know. Did it not work? She's not sure. There was no thank you page. There was no thank you, well, just little sentence. There was nothing. So those are two very quick and easy things to check and ensure are working on your end. As we go through these different trust leaks in our weekly episodes, we're not only going to be focused on leads. We have lots of businesses at all the different stages listening into this podcast. So, different episodes, some are going to focus on awareness like leads, opt-ins, your back-end nurturing sequence. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry, you will. Others are going to focus on conversion, retention, and scaling or expansion if that's what you're into. So we're covering all of them because trust leaks can and do occur in all these different stages of your business. And the early leaks, like the lead conversion, like the business relationship that almost wasn't, those cost you the most when they're early. because someone may not have the opportunity to get to know you, to get to know what you do, because of system things you weren't even aware of that affected it. Now, as we're talking about these things and as we're going through them, a couple of notes I want to make. First of all, I will almost never mention the business's name because it's not about that. It's about the lessons that we can all learn in terms of how to improve our own businesses and create better experiences for our clients and prospects. So if you're expecting big name blowouts, it's probably not going to happen. There are a couple I might toss in occasionally, but never small businesses. So just, it's about the lessons, it's not about the who. You don't need to work harder. You don't need to shout louder. What you need to do is stop losing people. People that you're already working with, and people that might want to be working with you, but you've lost them before they've had that chance to confirm it. All right. Next episode, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the awareness side. So, a couple more examples and things that you can do to fix your trust leaks. The one we're going to focus on is the one that's hurting your conversion most right now, and you likely don't even know it exists. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of Trust Leaks. If you found value in what we covered, please follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like to dig deeper into sealing the cracks in your own business, head over to trustleaks.com for more resources and support. Until next time, fix the leak, track the lift. See you soon.